So my hype levels for a lot of what's going on with the Switch 2 have been incredibly, incredibly high. I've addressed all of the pricing stuff. I addressed what happened with the pre-orders. Now I'm just excited because I'm getting this no matter what. I am so excited for all of this and to just talk about it on my channel. Donkey Kong Bananza was one of those games I have waited and waited and waited to talk about because there just kept being new information and new gameplay coming out. And now I am at my complete and total breaking point. I have to make a video about this game. And look at the screen. Look at what am I putting on the screen right now? Look at this. Nintendo Korea accidentally slipped up and put this on their website. That's Pauline. That is Pauline. And if that's not Pauline, because a lot of people have been saying, oh, the freckles, right? Is that her kid? Who is this? Who is this? And why is Pauline in this game? Because, oh my gosh, they have not showed us everything with this game yet, have they? This is real, by the way. This is from Nintendo Korea website. This is it. They just messed up. And now we have Pauline in my Donkey Kong Bananza game. And I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I want to buy this game about 1,000 more times than I did before. I want to see Pauline in this Donkey Kong game, and I want to know what's going on with Pauline in my new Donkey Kong game, in my first 3D Donkey Kong game since 1999. What in the world is with this game? Now, Donkey Kong Bananza is a very, very different 3D game than most people would have expected. It's not necessarily a platformer. Like, yes, it is absolutely a 3D platformer, but the mechanics are a bit different than any 3D platformer I've ever seen in my life. So Donkey Kong runs around and he can dig through just about any part of the environment he wants. And he can dig around and through the walls, and he can do whatever he wants to achieve the goals he needs to achieve. Now, the story here seems to be a pretty driving factor of this whole thing. It's very similar to a Mario Odyssey-like story, and I am pretty convinced this is the Mario Odyssey team, and they have done such a phenomenal job here with not only the graphics, because this game looks jaw-droppingly gorgeous, but the expressions of Donkey Kong's face as well. Every single time I see his stupid little face, whenever he looks at the bananas and his tongue goes out, and he is just so funny and expressive. Like, I cannot tell you how amazing this game looks. But then on top of all that, for the gameplay to look so good, for the combat to look so good, all these bosses are so much fun, the actual gameplay looks so satisfying. You break up all of this terrain around you, and then you have something that you can use to attack other enemies. And all of these enemies that are around you basically can't do anything because you're Donkey Kong and you're strong, and you're going to attack them and you're going to win because you're Donkey Kong, right? And he encounters this little rock in a cave, and the rock is sentient for whatever reason, and then they go off and they try to figure stuff out, right? And in this gameplay demo, they have been really, really cautious to not tell us anything about the story, but they've showed us off like the very beginning of the game, the cutscenes. So then, for Pauline to come into the equation here, and for Cranky Kong to then be revealed, I don't know what to do with this game. And a lot of this video is just going to be my thoughts of it, and it's just, I'm scattered. I'm so excited. I'm unbelievably hyped for Donkey Kong Bananza and what this game has to offer, because this is the next evolution of 3D platforming, period, right? Because Donkey Kong is tearing up the environment around him, which means the developers had to probably make this type of ground in which he can dig through and pick up and use to fight other enemies, which means the entire world is like that. He can take anything, anywhere, at any time, and attack whatever is in front of him. And it is just so unreal. I think we're talking Breath of the Wild types of innovation here, because what other game can you just take anything from the environment and use it as a weapon? Anything from the environment is now yours to shape, to mold, to control. Donkey Kong is like the actual controller of this world. Like, he can do whatever he wants to achieve his goals. And the Pauline thing, I keep coming back to this and getting distracted, but what does she have to do with this? What is the story of this game? Because if it doesn't start out with him then finding her, it means that she's going to be at least within the first fourth of the game, right? They're not just going to put her in halfway through for you to discover. There's probably going to be something with where all of these other monkeys that he is trying to fight has captured her or something like that. And she's a child. She's literally just a kid, and we need to protect her, bro. We got to protect Pauline. Look at her face. Look at her face, bro. You got to protect her. She is so precious. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait for this game. And the fact that it is Nintendo's birthday gift to me, because my birthday is coming up right around that time. It is 3 days after this game's release. Nintendo could not have given me a better gift. I would have loved a 3D Mario game, and of course I made a whole video talking about that, but I am inexplicably excited to see what Pauline has to do with any of this. Is this her origin story? Is this how she ends up being New Donk City? Are we going to see New Donk City? Are they expanding more of her role? Is this a big DK Pauline team up? Will she grow up at the end of this game and then the sequel will have Pauline as like a partner character? I don't know. But I love that she's here, and I love how charismatic she looks, because this is almost like Daisy levels of charisma. I mean, Daisy has never really been in a mainline Mario game, particularly with Mario Wonder. Like that is the only mainline game that she is in. And just to see Pauline here now, wow. Just wow. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game, and I just want to know where this goes. Because honestly, it could be such a cool thing for us to like get halfway through this game and then find Pauline captured, put her on our back, right? And then she's our little partner character for the rest of the game. And she has a little funny dialogue, and I can just, this is going to be so sweet. Imagine towards the end of this game, right? Because in the beginning, it's about mining. Donkey Kong and all of his friends are mining for materials to get these banana things. But imagine towards the end of the game, right? We get towards this area where we're actually mining stuff. And it's like an abandoned city. And it's in the middle of nowhere. It's floating. Sound familiar? And Donkey Kong has to fight off all the residents there. And Pauline grows up and she helps you. And you're mining for materials. And you build up this city. And it becomes New Donk City in honor of Donkey Kong, who helped save her. Like, oh my gosh, how cool would that be? Now, I think I'm getting my hopes up here. This obviously probably will not happen. But to see Pauline in this game, to see her as a child, makes me so excited, because what was one of the biggest parts of Mario Galaxy was seeing Rosalina be this new character, sure, but her backstory was what people got so attached to. And I could see this becoming a really, really similar thing in which Nintendo just grabs a hold of our hearts here and does not let go. A baby Pauline backstory here, and we don't even get to see it in like a storybook form. We could actually play through this backstory and see what happens to her. Man, they've got something special on their hands here. And the more I think about it, the more special I think this game is going to be. And that just gets me incredibly excited, because Pauline, man, Pauline, she is becoming such a big character in the Mario universe. And that has now started with Odyssey, right? We had her in New Donk City as the mayor. And that was the first time we had seen her in a game since like a weird Mario vs. Donkey Kong game that no one really played on the DS. And that was like her new model from the arcade games back in the Donkey Kong arcade. And then Mario Odyssey really brought her into the modern era, and she became such a big character in the series. She was included in Mario Tennis Aces. She's now in Mario Kart Tour, and then she was put in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as DLC. Now she's in Mario Kart World, and now she appears to be, or her child. This could be her child, right? She appears to be in Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now, I would put my money on this actually being Pauline and not being Pauline's kid. Why? Because I don't think it makes sense for this to be DK and then for Pauline to just be baby Pauline. Like, they need to be around at the same time. On all of the other canonical stuff we know from the series and how Donkey Kong has coexisted alongside Pauline for this long, and for Cranky Kong to be confirmed in this game, like, this has to be Pauline. And maybe it's just a redesign, right? Because the freckles suit her so well, and that's what it makes me think of Daisy, right? The charisma, her face here, look at her face. I'm just gonna put this on the screen the whole video. This is her face, and it's so adorable. And I just can't wait to see what is going on with her, because she looks like she's gonna cause so much trouble for DK, and DK is just gonna love her, and it's gonna be amazing. And I can't get over it. I just truly cannot get over her. But now let's talk a little bit more about the gameplay itself in Donkey Kong Bonanza, because this will serve as my official video talking about the game. It looks gorgeous. First of all, like, the graphics are amazing. Donkey Kong's expressions, as I said earlier, are amazing. You can see as he's running by stuff, he really loves it, and he wants to get them, and he loves bananas, and his face just is so expressive, and there are so many different ways that he is telling a story through his face. Now, all of the gameplay looks amazing. As I said earlier, you just grab stuff and you run around, and it's amazing. But then in the treehouse, they showed off little custom bonus areas, kind of similar to Mario Odyssey, in which you just drop into the middle of nowhere and you do a bunch of platforming. And I loved those levels in Mario Odyssey because they really challenged me. These are going to be very similar, and I love seeing that direction. Also, the bananas in this game appear to be very similar to the Mario Odyssey moons. You collect them, and that is just your main collectible for the game. And the difference here is that Mario obviously wanted to collect moons to get where he needed to go, but DK wants to collect these bananas because he just wants them. He needs them in his very soul. He's got banana juice flowing in his veins. He just needs these bananas. And every time he gets close to one, his eyes and his mouth, it's hilarious, bro. He wants these. He needs these in his very soul. And collecting these are going to become so addicting for us. I can already see the gameplay loop of just like collecting banana after banana and getting to another area. And this whole place is so colorful as well. The very beginning area, they make it seem a little bit drab because you're in a mining zone. And then once you get to these new areas, it's so colorful and they really show you what the heck they can do here. It's very similar to the Cap Kingdom and then to the Cascade Kingdom, the big black area of like, oh, it's mysterious here. It's the starting area. It's weird. And then boom, they show you exactly what the Switch could do with Cascade Kingdom and all of that dinosaur stuff in the greens. They're really doing a very similar trick here in which they kind of lower your expectations for what it's going to look like, and then boom, they blow you out of the water. So then Donkey Kong, I think, is going to have many more mechanics. I'm sure they're going to have so many other things that you can do other than just going around and through the terrain. Pauline being hidden here really proves to me that they have so much more to show us about this game, and there will probably be some sort of either overview trailer or in-depth trailer in a direct in June, or some sort of direct specifically for Donkey Kong, because they obviously have way more to tell here. This is a big game, and yet it's only 10 gigabytes. The masters at Nintendo are such good developers because their compression is just unreal. It is simply unreal how little these game files are, and this game, it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see more details of this game. I cannot wait to see more environments, more mechanics. I just am so excited for this game, and Pauline specifically is what urged me to make this video. I cannot wait. It's just such a stylish game. The logo is so stylish. The actual box art is incredibly stylish. You can just see here, Nintendo is giving Donkey Kong what they felt he has deserved for such a long time, and they are pouring all of their heart and soul into making this as good of a game as possible and to making the graphics and the style just as beautiful as they can. This new hardware, this new direction, these developers are all doing a phenomenal job, and I cannot wait to see even more about what happens with this game. So thank you so much for making it to the end of this video and for the speculation and just for the gushing of how amazing this game looks. Make sure to like and subscribe and click the notification bell to stick with me for this whole year of Switch 2 content. Make sure you click on the left side of this video to see whatever YouTube thinks is best for you on my channel, and click on the right playlist to see my Switch 2 videos. Thank you once more for making it to the end of the video. You are amazing. My name is Ray. This has been Ray's Nintendo Talk, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a phenomenal day.